What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining for today's recap. So today's Monday, and I've only taken one trade for the day. I woke up this morning. I wasn't really feeling too well. I didn't sleep enough last night, and I was quite cautious. Also, I did quite a lot of reflection on my performance for the past couple of weeks over the weekend. You may have watched my recap. If you haven't, I've really started to dig into my stats. So I definitely recommend you watching that recap. I'll leave a link in the description below. So I came in with today with excitement, but of course I was also aware of how I was feeling, and I didn't want to really push it. So I started off with a quarter share size anyway, and I waited and waited, and an opportunity came up within 10-20 minutes of logging on, and I just jumped on it, and then I sold as soon as it popped. And you know what? At that moment, I decided that I wasn't going to take any more trades. I felt like that I wasn't in a great state of mind in terms of my concentration levels. I just didn't want to push it. I've got so many things going on right now, and I thought, you know what? I'll take that green trade, and it was a really good trade. I'll talk you through it anyway. But let's just have a look at see what's going on at the moment. We've got STI popping up. What has been popping up? I completely missed a move on it, to be honest, because I did have everything set up, but I was just not paying attention. So it made a really great move here. It was on it. It went up on news, which is good. There's news on it at 1 minute to 7, so at top of the hour. And it was really good. Yeah, sounds like good news. The market received it well. It gave us a good squeeze up to 13, almost 4, well, 13 and a half, but it's now sold off. I came to it when it was at this level, at the sort of the high of day, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I can watch it here for the next move up, bearing in mind that there will be some resistance at the 200 on the daily. But it sort of rejected it, and it couldn't really go up any higher. As you can see, there's quite a bit of resistance here at this level. So yeah, I mean, it's nice that there's momentum there, despite everything that happened on Friday with the China tariff news, and of course, a lot of people have been affected as a result of that, unfortunately. And my heart goes out to you guys if you've lost a lot of money, and I know it's not easy. The game that we are in, it's not an easy one at all. So I hope you guys are coping well anyway. But before STI, PMAX was popping up, and I was watching this, and I was thinking about taking a trade, but I sort of left it alone. So there's a lot of volume. It just went up crazy on no news. It was popping up on no news, and I didn't feel quite confident with it. And I watched this entire area, and I was watching the price action here, and these bursts that you could see, they happened so quickly. And these two that I've circled, that I just felt like there was a game being played here, and I didn't want to fall for it. So basically, if you'd recognized that there was something happening here, and then you recognized it here, then you could have perhaps got an entry here with a move to the upside. But on the 10-second chart, you could even see it a lot better with where it was holding, then it'd be a massive pop. So you couldn't really anticipate that pop was going to happen, because normally it tends to be more of a graduate pop, but it's given these really extreme pops. And I was just watching the price action. I was quite interested to see what it was doing and how it was performing, but I didn't feel confident enough to take a trade on it, even with small share size. I think at this area, the second pullback, I did anticipate that. But the pullbacks, as you can see, was a lot more than I expected. So that's like 3 or 4 candles worth of pullback. It's almost like a reversal. And when it happened here, I was like, okay, well, that's the move did. And then it suddenly just surged up. And you can see a lot of selling pressure here with the topping tail on this candle, 1 minute candle here. So a bit unpredictable. But when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, well, if I take a position here, how would it react? And it felt like you had to hold your nerves. So you had to go in with small enough share size where you were happy with the 30-40 cent swing to the downside, before it retraced and gave you the big move up. But yeah, so that was a interesting one to watch this morning. So the only trade that I took was on Acon. There is news on it at 6, but it really made its move before at around 4 o'clock this morning. So, and I think maybe there was some perhaps insider trading. So the news coming out at 6 didn't seem to do much to the actual price action. There was a bit of a surge there, but let's look at my entry here. I was so when it popped up this morning, when it popped up this morning, it gave us that big surge, and then I decided that I was going to wait. So it went up all the way to a high of 1635. Then at this point, I was like, okay, well, it's selling off. But then this strong green candle was with really big volume bars coming in. So I was watching it. I was like, okay, maybe, so this is the nice curl pattern, really strong double bottom here. And as you can see, it's been acting as support in this area, even on this bounce here, but it gave us a small bounce. So then I took my position in at 1562 as it was coming up. I was watching a 10-second candle and I was watching the price action. And then I really sold in the pop that it gave me 1659. And it did obviously go higher, but I just couldn't trust it that early on with no news, all these topping tails beforehand. So I went in with 5 shares and I got out with 5 shares and I managed to lock up $4.85. That's an excellent result with 5 shares. Normally, $5 is what I capture with 20 shares and a 25 cents move. So this was a really, really nice move. Looking at about $1 and more than $1 move, at least 1 point move. So yeah, that was my trade for the day, and then I sort of I was just doing other bits. I was concentrating on other stuff, and I just didn't want to push it today. And I think it was the right call, to be honest. I'm only trading tomorrow as I'm off for the rest of the week, and it's going to be a short week, and I don't want to end the week with a notion of a big red day or something on the back of my mind. But also, I'm feeling a lot more settled in my trading. I feel like, especially over the past few days, this with the red days that I had at the beginning of the month, I feel a lot more in control now, recognizing a lot more. And I just want to continue this calm, really collective approach, and keeping everything in check, especially around FOMO. That's what tends to get you, right? Like, especially, like, for example, when I came back and I missed a move on STI, very easy to try to get in at the high of $13, but of course it gave us that reversal. So it's really important to keep these emotions in check, especially in these early days. And I've made some mistakes in the past, and the idea is not to repeat those mistakes and just build on your strengths and keep things in check. And that's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this recap. This was really short, and I hope you enjoyed the quick overview. But anyway, stay green. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.